Michael, I just want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me about your insights. I find you an absolute delight to be around, and everything that you have to say personally is uplifting. So I want to pose to you a very challenging question, and hopefully you can share this with our community. I'll certainly share if I get good answers from you. So we have a vaccine on the horizon. Great news, but it's not enough. What should we be doing? We need to help our senior population. We need to help our community. Share with me your insight.
Well, this is what I see. People who work with seniors and special needs out in our community are depressed and feeling alone and helpless. And they need something a little bit more than the vaccine. They need hope and they need help. And they need to feel in the midst of all this, with the holidays coming, they need to feel at home. And they don't feel at home. So what do? I'm calling this KC, Kindness Campaign. And that's what we really need, is kindness. And when I talk about Shepherd Elder Law in the community, to my friends and to the people who we work with, our friends, what they assume that we're competent, they assume that we're good people, that we're professional. But the surprise is that we're also very compassionate. And probably the world needs compassion and kindness and love more than anything else. And so what I've been doing is, when I contact people, I've been emailing them, I've been sending them thank you notes, I've been bringing them pumpkin bread and holiday candy and so forth, because I love them and I want them to know that we care about them and that they're important to us. That will help lift a lot of people up. In the meantime, we're waiting and hoping that the vaccine really does pay off, that really is the answer. But maybe there's something more that we can do right now, and that is to really show kindness to each other and to show that there's reason to be hopeful, that there's something very promising right on the horizon.
I love that, Mike.
One of the things that, yeah.
No, I
think that, having a grateful heart goes a long way, and it gives us a glimpse of light that we so need. And, excuse me if I sound a little preachy, Samantha, today, but it's worth shouting from the mountaintops. It really is. And, long ago, the ancient prophets, they posed a song, and it says, God is our refuge and our strength, an ever-present help in times of trouble. Boy, does that fit? I think that we do feel like we're in very troublesome times, and it is very frustrating and very soul searching to pose these questions. But I think there's something we can do in the meantime. We need to love one another. And
why is it that you always move me to an emotional place? You have a gift. I definitely love working with you, and I love helping our seniors. And I think about maybe this kindness campaign has to be more intentional. I think of bumping into people, seeing people at the coffee shop, bumping into them at Target, having lunches. That spontaneity we can't have right now, or certainly with not as much abundance.
Right.
What other things? I loved your bird feeder idea. Bring bird feeder food to show life outside. You just thought outside of the box, and we could certainly talk about that. But what do you think about cards and going back to, we cannot see as many people, and we're used to touching and hugging, but in generations in the past where flying wasn't as easy or email wasn't as available, we used other means of communication. What do you think about that?
Yes, it feels like a step back, but I really think it's a step forward, because it touches a place in our heart that someone sent me a card. Someone was thoughtful enough to write down their personal thoughts about me, and they sent it in the mail, and I have it. I'm holding it in my hands. There's something more concrete than an email, something even more concrete and something you can handle more than even a telephone message. And I love talking to people on the phone, but you know, it's even when I can't see them and I bring a loaf of pumpkin bread to their door and the receptionist comes out after I leave and takes it, and I have a little card and a business card with it, and it takes it inside. You know what happens? The next day, I get an email or a phone call or a message somehow of thanks for that. That tells me that I perhaps touched them in a way that maybe someone else hasn't. And I think, and I've mentioned this to others, so many of my friends out there, what they're asking for is referrals. That's what they're asking their contacts for. And I purposely am not asking for referrals, although we need referrals and we want them, you know, and we want to our work, you know, the message to go out about how great we are. But what we really need is to touch their hearts. And that's what a gift of kindness does, whether it be in a note or whatever form it takes. You know, it won't be long, it'll be Christmas time. And then I'll be Santa Claus going to various places and waving Merry Christmas to them through the window, because we can't go inside. They can come to their window and see Santa and wave at Santa. And there's something that happens in their heart when that happens. That's kind of what we want to be known for, you know, as a law firm with a heart, you know, that we really care about people.
Well, let's go with that then. I think that your overall message today is your KC stands for your kindness campaign. You surprise me. I don't. You always come up with something. You really are fantastic. So you came with this idea. I'm going to take it and I'm going to think about it and how I can implement it in my everyday life and start. I think I mentioned to you at the beginning of our conversation that I was feeling kind of crabby today, and hopefully I'm going to turn this around. Let me see
Absolutely.
who I can be happy, who I can show a little kindness towards, and who I can make happy with it. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. I really enjoy you.
Well, thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.